today's video is going to be going through all of the different supplies that I've purchased for the crafts that we're going to do this year. And as always, I like to really put emphasis on items you can use for all three holidays, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, to be easy on your budget and also storage. So all of the items that you see here we're going to be repurposing, and I will tell you where I got them and where you can find similar items. So first we're going to do a wreath. I like to show everyone how to do a Dollar Tree wreath because wreaths can be very expensive, and if you want to be able to switch it up and not have to repurpose obviously and pull everything off, it's a lot easier to just go the cheaper route. So for the wreath, I purchased this spider web. These are at Dollar Tree and 99-cent store, so that should be just $1. This wreath form, this is also at Dollar Tree. And then I'm not the best at making bows, so Dollar Tree also has these pre-made bows. They have 3 different designs, but that'll kind of pick up on the colors and save us the time and energy. I just snap that on. And they also have the deco mesh. They have small rolls also at Dollar Tree. They have black, purple, and orange, at least at mine. So if you want to do different themes or different types of wreaths, you're going to have multiple options. We're also going to do some variations on the potion bottles like we did last year. These bottles were $2.99 a bag. They were at Goodwill. You can usually find similar bottles at your local Goodwill stores, or you can purchase the old spice racks that they sell with the spices that obviously are not good anymore, and you can just dump those out and reuse them. Usually you can find a full spice rack for about $4 to $6 if you're not able to find the individual bottles already empty. We're going to also work with some of the reusable objects. This is going to be one of them. So with this, we're going to do a scene for Halloween, and we're going to do a Thanksgiving centerpiece and Christmas centerpiece with them. This was from Michaels. It is $28 normally. Your outdoor decor right now at Michaels, because they're switching out to fall, is all on sale. You can purchase these types of items for 70 to 80% off. All you're going to need to be able to do this project with me is just something similar. It could even be a glass container, something that just has open, kind of like where we can do a diorama. Also at Michaels, it's going to be used with the little house there, are these little figures here. These figures are 30% off right now for all of Halloween. They're normally $15 each. They're the same price. If you aren't familiar with coupon matching that Michaels does, you can also use the Joann's coupon. Joann's usually has 60% off of a single item. Michaels lately has had 50% off, or you can do 20% off of your purchase, even sale items, and the Halloween items have been 30% off recently. And they have a lot of different options for these things too, so I like to keep my decor usually black, silver, and purple, but if you wanted to do, like they had witches, skeletons, graveyard themes, so whatever best suits your decor, they'll have something that you can pick up. Next item are the shrunken heads. I love these. They just got these out at Spirit. This was $9.99, so it's a little bit of a splurge. And I really can't reuse it. I just thought it was cool. So with this, it's not like we're going to really repurpose this, but I am going to show you how to take these items that everyone has and customize them. That way it looks more upscale. We'll do the same with the witch as well. So I have a witch up front here. And I found her at Ross. She was $13.99. She looks like a $13.99 witch. So if you guys do witch themes like I do, you can get these cheaper witches. I really liked her face. That's something that obviously you're really not going to make changes to. But you can tell the difference in your more expensive witches, like your Michael Edwards or your Catherine witches. What makes them so expensive and sought after is that they have a lot of detail and the quality and the fabrics and the layering of the different material. So you can pick up a cheap witch like this and you can do what I'm going to do to her, in which of course I'll show you. You can do things like removing the cheaper, like these little plasticky pearl looking buttons. Obviously a bow isn't very, to me, very Halloweenish or creepy. Flowers not either. So like I say, I like their face. I actually like the red, and I like this layer, but what we're going to do is kind of strip her and rebuild her. When you make those changes, it's going to make your witches look a lot more expensive, and it's going to make them unique. So rather than purchasing witches, they're going to be, you know, hundreds of dollars, if not at least 50 and up, for a nice quality witch. You can get some simple materials from like 99-cent store in Dollar Tree and just scrap fabric at your Goodwills. And you can add embellishments to make those your own and save a lot of money doing it. My next Goodwill find out here, are these pumpkins. They are extremely heavy. They almost feel like they're probably stone. So this is going to be one of the items that I work with you guys to repurpose. And if you can't find stone ones, obviously, because this is kind of a rare thing. I've actually never seen these before. These were $3 each, both sizes, not 50% off, so they're a little bit of a splurge if you guys are used to seeing my deal hunting. But you can get any pumpkins that you find anywhere, 99-cent store, Dollar Tree also. And what we're going to do is the monogramming. That seems to be something that's kind of lingering, and I'm going to show you guys how to repurpose these so that you can use them for Halloween, and then kind of flip those around, do something different so that you can use them for Thanksgiving too. But on those you can use wooden or plastic, either's fine. The next item that I found that you're going to be able to find most places are these lanterns. So these lanterns were also a Goodwill find. Didn't get them on 50% off day, so I had to pay $4 each for them. The only reason that I splurged on these lanterns though is because all of the glass is in them, so it's not missing any glass, which is awesome, especially when you find them used. You're able to open them, and they're heavy, so obviously I can't show you that, but they have some weight to them. The great thing about some of your stores like At Home and Michael's, and I'm sure probably Joann's as well, is that you're going to have a lot of lanterns that are summer lanterns, and these summer lanterns are probably going to be 70 to 80% off. So you can even go bigger than what I did. The reason that I liked these for the size is I like doing more of a cluster than having one or two large lanterns. It's nice if you have like a, you can use them for centerpiece. That's why I got the different sizes. Or you can use them for like an entryway table or hang them around. Just gives you a lot more versatility. The other Goodwill find this year, I did actually get these at 50% off day, are these really heavy, they're like sconces with mirrors and little candle plates. So I got them 50% off. They're $12.99 each. Here's the other one. So pretty much buy one get one. And if you want this exact kind, it says back on the back they're from Illuminations, and they're normally $40 each. You may not be able to find the exact thing, but a lot of times at Goodwill you can find the ugly ones that no one wants anymore. The ones that are the really chunky wood, and they have a little oval mirror and like a little candle piece. Or you could even do a mirror and just hang your own little separate sconce underneath it. All of those would be options that are really cheap, and you could get those at Goodwill or maybe yard sales. That we're going to do for all 3 holidays, so that's a nice sturdy piece, and those are actually really heavy, so I could use them year round even. Y'all know I like statues and busts, so this bust is one that I painted a long time ago for Mardi Gras. I'm going to repurpose him for Halloween, so we'll paint him, make him creepy. I will probably do something similar to what Rogers Gardens did a few years ago, to where they did like these swirls, they did some creepy eyes, and painted them out with black, whites, and oranges. If you're not familiar with Rogers Gardens, you should really check out their website. They have some cool ideas. Every year they have a new theme, and they also will put twists on stories, like this year's Alice in Wonderland. Last year was Harry Potter. They have really cool items, and you can buy some of them online too. I also bought this statue. She was at Goodwill. She was $10. I loved her shape because has like almost like she's like in the wind, which I think will be really good to creep her out and make her like a ghost statue. So I will probably do some grays and probably black out or white out her eyes. These statues you can find at Goodwill and probably at yard sales a lot. Brides are really good for this project. Religious stuff, if you want to go super creepy, like religious stuff with painting blood tears and changing the robes to gothic looking robes, you can do that as well. I like the brides and I like the ghosty ones myself. We're also going to be making some sconces, so that's again something that is pretty easy to find. So I have just foam balls. These are actually at Dollar Tree, so you can get these for $1 each. If you get the same package at Walmart, they're $4 for a pair. So if you're going to Walmart, you may just want to venture over to Dollar Tree to save a little bit of money on those. The larger ones I did have to get at Walmart. These were, I believe, $3 each. So these will be the base. These will be the tops. And then I have that dowel there. That was from Walmart for about $1. And I have some clay pots that'll be the basis for the topiary. So the clay pots, they were $1.99. I did get these 50% off day, so they were $1 each. You can use pretty much anything for a base. You can go a little bit more fancy and do like a glass vase or like something more decorative. You can find a Dollar Tree or 99-cent store. I like the clay pots just because I'm going to paint them, so they're a lot easier to paint. And of course they were actually used, so got to clean those up. And then I have the Gortrits over here. This is our last item. So the Gortrits, you can find smaller ones at 99-cent store or Dollar Tree. The larger ones, well, you can find larger ones there too, but I didn't like the images. I think they were kind of corny. So these are actually from Michaels. They're a little bit better quality. And the reason I bought them is because one of the things that we're going to do is with those sconces that I have, the mirror is able to be removed. So we're going to actually put the Gortrits in them, and then we'll put like a creepy candle that's melty and stuff like that. So if you're wanting to copy that idea, keep in mind the shape of whatever you're using for your sconce. Mine are narrow on the sides, so they had some pictures of like the two little babies that are creepy, but they won't fit in that. So take some measurements before, that way whatever Gortrit or even creepy old photos that you may be able to find at yard sales or Goodwill that you put in there are going to be the right size and shape to fit, where you're not cutting off any kind of images. These are $6 each because it's Michaels, of course. They have their 50% off coupon and those 30% off Halloween or 20% off sale items. So instead of 6 each, I think these were about 7 for the pair. For the Thanksgiving projects and fall projects, if you guys watch my video from last year, I actually purchased a ton of different pumpkins and gourds and leaves as well, and I had those big totes. There were so many in there that I'm actually going to reuse those, so you're not going to see those in the supply since they were there. But just like last year, I'll be putting out a video each week. The videos I put out each week are going to be detailed instruction videos, so they're really good for people that are new to crafting. Also, all the crafts that we're doing are pretty much good for any age. We're not going to be using really hot glue guns or anything like that. Now, in addition to these are the supplies I bought. I do have already paint, moss, and little details like that. So as we do the projects, you may have to search out those additional supplies if you don't already have them. So that's all the supplies that we're going to need for the upcoming projects, other than some of the additional things like moss or maybe some glue or wire. Otherwise, everything you see here is everything that you're going to need, so you guys can do your little hunts for supplies. And I will see you next week with our first project.